How to fix Valorant opening on secondary monitor. Welcome back, tech lovers, to another Teknobalta fix. Today we fix your Valorant multi-monitor display headaches. Are you facing errors where your favorite game launches on the wrong screen? It can be incredibly frustrating, can't it? You try to launch Valorant, ready for some intense gameplay, right? But instead of appearing on your primary, main gaming monitor, it pops up somewhere else. Perhaps it's on your secondary display, maybe a side monitor you use for Discord or browsing. You then find yourself in a loop, unable to drag it back, unable to play correctly. This isn't just an annoyance, it breaks your game immersion entirely. Imagine the start of a critical match, and you're fighting your display settings instead of your opponents. It's a common issue for many gamers running dual or triple monitor setups. The game just decides it likes a different screen better than your intended one. You've tried alt-tabbing, maybe even restarting the game or your PC, but it keeps happening. Don't panic, guys, we fix this. It's a simple, yet often overlooked solution within the game itself. The system often defaults to a specific display ID, which isn't always your desired gaming monitor. Here is the fix, step by step, for those stubborn Valorant display issues. First, the most straightforward approach involves the in-game settings. You need to launch Valorant, even if it's on the wrong monitor initially. Yes, it might be inconvenient, but bear with it, this is crucial. Once the game is running, navigate to the main menu. Look for the settings icon, usually represented by a gear or cogwheel symbol. Click on that gear icon to open up the settings menu. Within the settings, you'll see various tabs like General, Controls, Crosshair, and Video. You want to click on the Video tab, specifically the General sub-tab within it. This is where all your display and graphics options reside. Now, look for the Display Mode or Monitor selection option. It's typically found near the resolution settings, sometimes labeled simply as Display. You will often see a drop-down menu or a list of numbers representing your connected monitors. Your primary monitor, the one you want Valorant to open on, will likely be labeled as Monitor 1 or Primary Display. Carefully select Monitor 1 or whatever designates your main gaming screen from this list. If you're unsure which is which, check your Windows display settings, right-click Desktop, Display Settings, to identify your primary monitor's number. After making your selection, ensure you click Apply or Save Changes to confirm the new setting. The game should then attempt to switch to your chosen monitor. Sometimes, it might flash or go black for a second before reappearing on the correct screen. If it still opens on the wrong one, don't worry, we have a backup plan. This initial step is the most common fix, but some systems are more stubborn. Always double-check that your changes are saved. Sometimes a restart of the game might be needed for full effect. Now, what if the in-game setting refuses to cooperate? What if you apply it and Valorant still insists on spawning on your secondary display? This is where our second method comes into play, a manual override, if you will. Again, launch Valorant, even if it's on the incorrect screen. Go back into the video settings, specifically the General tab. Find the Display Mode option. It usually has choices like Fullscreen, Windowed, and Borderless windowed. You need to temporarily switch your display mode to Windowed. Select Windowed mode and apply the changes. The game should now resize itself into a window, making it movable like any other application. Once it's in windowed mode, you can simply click and drag the game window. Click the title bar of the Valorant window, hold down your mouse button, and drag it over to your primary monitor. Place it exactly where you want it on your main screen. After successfully dragging it to your preferred monitor, you're not done yet. You'll want to switch it back to Fullscreen or Borderless windowed for optimal performance and immersion. Go back to the video settings within Valorant. Change the display mode from windowed back to Fullscreen or Borderless windowed, whichever you prefer for gaming. Apply these changes and Valorant should now stay on your primary monitor in your chosen display mode. This method is a bit more hands-on, but it's incredibly effective when the direct setting selection fails. It forces the game to acknowledge the new monitor position and usually remembers it for future launches. Remember, sometimes games get confused with display IDs, especially after Windows updates or driver changes. By manually placing it, you're giving the game a firm instruction on where it belongs. This two-pronged approach covers almost every scenario for Valorant's multi-monitor misbehavior. Now launch the game again. Problem solved. Your Valorant experience is back on track, right where it belongs. No more fumbling with settings mid-game or restarting your entire system. You can now focus on those headshots and clutch plays without display distractions. It's a simple fix for a common, annoying problem. If this guide helped you conquer your multi-monitor woes, let us know. Subscribe for more Teknobalta fixes and tips.